Hey, what's up, guys? I'm starting to wonder if they knew who the killer was all along, because I came across a news article. Now, mind you, it was from around the time of the murders. Okay, but what was weird was the coroner was the defense attorney for this person, and they were arrested over on Palouse River Drive. Uh, and here's what's kind of ironic, though, with it. The gentleman was chasing his wife and his daughter around the house with a very large knife, and he was stalking his wife. So when I read that, that made me wonder. And mind you, this scenario didn't take that, didn't take, it only took place not very far from the scene of the crime. A coroner who ruled 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death is also a defense attorney for a killer arrested a mile from the murders for stalking his wife around the house with a knife. Latah County Coroner Kathy Mabott and her office, Mabott Law, are representing ex-convict James Curtis Leonard, 39, of Moscow, Idaho. He allegedly assaulted his wife and her daughter and slashed himself with a knife. Leonard was arrested on Tuesday, just about a mile from the scene where 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death on November 13th. Police said his arrest was not related to the grisly student murders nearby. Well, here's what I'm wondering. Okay, this guy was stalking his wife around the house with a very large knife, and he slashed himself with the knife. And police say that his arrest was not related to the grisly student murders nearby. I'm wondering if this isn't the informant. Now, a lot of people say the informant is the DNA or the IgG. The Idaho coroner who ruled the 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death in their sleep is also the defense attorney for a convicted killer who was arrested earlier this week just a mile away the scene of the quadruple homicide. James Curtis Leonard, 39, of Moscow, Idaho, allegedly beat his wife and stalked her around the house with a knife late Tuesday, then slashed himself with a knife, according to court documents. Leonard was arrested following the incident on Palouse River Drive, just a mile from where the 4 students were murdered on November 13th. Police say his arrest was not related to the killings that have shaken the small town of Idaho, small Idaho town of Moscow. Yeah, but just guys, this is very convenient that you have Kathy Mabott defending a convicted killer. Court documents revealed that he had previously pled guilty to a fatal shooting in 2007. Following his arrest this week, it's been confirmed that Latah County Coroner Kathy Mabott and her office, Mabott Law, will represent Leonard. And here's what this guy looks like. Leonard, 39, of Moscow, Idaho, allegedly beat his wife and her daughter late Tuesday and then slashed himself with a knife. He served time after take a plea deal for manslaughter in 2007. This just makes you wonder. It really does. And what's that I see? Bushy eyebrows. I see bushy eyebrows. The guy had bushy eyebrows. Isn't that a coincidence? It just makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder exactly what's going on in this case. Sorry, my wife was clanking dishes around in the background. You have this guy getting arrested on Palouse River Drive, which is a mile from the crime scene, and his defense attorney is the same person that said that the students were all stabbed to death in their sleep, even though we all know that they weren't stabbed in their sleep. Now, Kayleen, Maddie, maybe, but you had Xana, who was awake and on DoorDash. You had Ethan, who was awake. Xana had edged weapon injuries. Ethan had sharp force injuries. So clearly not stab wounds. So their injuries were done by either a different weapon, or there was the saying that there was possibly two killers in the house, one upstairs and one on the second floor. Quite possibly, there could have been two killers in the house because if you look at it, the injury patterns didn't match. You clearly had stab wounds with Kaylee and Maddie, and you had different injury patterns with Xana and Ethan. And of course, you had the coroners telling Steve Gonzalez, "Oh, they're more like gouges or tears, not like stab wounds." Okay, so which is it? Was this knife big enough that it could cause what looked like gouges or tears? Could it have been possibly serrated? We don't know. Again, we're going by what this coroner states. And even during an interview, she was very defensive. Said had her arms folded and set back. Very defensive, posturing for her. And just like the Moscow Police Department, who were in over their heads, I believe Kathy Mabbitt was in over her heads, or in over her head, because she hadn't experienced anything like this quadruple homicide, especially in the quiet little town of Moscow, because everyone says nothing like this happens in Moscow. A murder of this size never happens in Moscow. So that entire town was ill prepared, my viewers. They were ill prepared, especially if you look at Judge John Judge. He was ill prepared for a trial of this magnitude. He was. He was ill prepared for a trial of this magnitude. That's why he granted the change of venue. Because if you look at it, Boise, Boise had the Lori Vallow case. It had the Chad Daybell case. So it's big enough to deal with everything going on with a high profile case like this because it had two high profile cases, Lori Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell. And of course, Lori Vallow, she got life, and Chad Daybell got death. So, and of course, you got the Gonzaleses, who's not happy for nothing, and they're not. They're not happy for nothing. I understand they want justice for their daughter. I get that. I get that they want justice for their daughter. But I believe they're one of the main reasons why this trial got moved from Latah to Boise. Because them and their little jury surveys. Sorry about that. But yeah, the Gonzaleses, with their little jury surveys, contaminating the jury pool there in Latah County. Now they want to move to Boise early. Um, More likely, so they can try to contaminate the jury pool there, because they believe this guy is guilty. Never mind, uh, innocent until proven guilty. He's automatically guilty. Now, I watched a interview today that uh, Karen Laramie and Ashland Couch's mom did on the Today Show, and Karen Laramie, like, point blank said that the justice system doesn't work for victims. It works for the defendants of the crimes. It doesn't work for victims. Now, I'm wondering if she's possibly talking about Judge John Judge, Judge Hippler, or is she talking about possibly the justice system as a whole? I mean, because to get off Idaho 4 topic for a minute, Richard Allen was sentenced Friday, so quite literally the day before yesterday, to 130 years. 130 years in prison. 65 years for Abby, 65 years for Libby. So he won't be eligible for parole until he's 150. Now this whole this whole court case with Richard Allen and Judge Gall, and I kind of agree with Burkhart here. that it's wrong that the ordinary people didn't get to see this trial, didn't get to see what was going on uh, in this case. And I just think it's wrong. I was trying to, ponder what I was going to say. I feel like they were trying to hide something, and now I got confirmation that he was sentenced Friday. He's already gone. He's uh, he's already been transferred to the DOC, and where he's been transferred to is being kept secret. Is being kept secret. Uh, they came. He was transferred today. He was sentenced Friday. He was transferred Saturday to an undisclosed prison that makes you wonder exactly what's going on in that case. Because normally, once you're sentenced to prison, and trust me, I've been through it, it takes them about at least a minimum of 30 days to get you in the system for the prison bus. That's how long it took for me. I was sentenced, and then I had to wait, you know, up to 30 days because they don't tell you when uh when you're getting on the bus. The only time you're told is the day of, and they tell you roll to go. And when they say roll to go, that means get all your stuff packed, get down to the holding cells, and it's a wait from there. Not a very long wait, but it's a wait because they got to get you all stripped out from the county jail jumpsuits into the jumpsuits you're going to be wearing on the way to DOC or original diagnostic unit, which is RDU, and then you got to get shackled and handcuffed and belly chained. But yeah, this he's gone in 24 hours. That's suspicious to me. It really is. Like he was sentenced on Friday, and boom, he's gone and been shipped off to a prison of undisclosed origin. And I believe I have it, and I'll show it to you. Upload. That's not it. There it is. Right there. Oh wait. Well, that was for MPD. Never mind. There we go. Richard Matthew Allen in custody. There's his DOC number. Release date 12/20. An undisclosed facility. So nobody knows where he's going except the DOC. And I agree with Andrea Burkhart. This is all suspicious. It is. It's all suspicious. From the keeping the cameras out of the courtroom is suspicious. Just the way Judge Gall runs her court is very suspicious. And I agree with Andrea Burkhart. There should have been cameras in there, so we as citizens of the United States should have known what was going on in that court. I feel like they kept the cameras out, so so that what was done in darkness, well, they all say what's done in darkness will be brought to light. Well, I feel like they kept the cameras out so they could do the darkness in there. Yeah, I think it's bullshit that they kept the cameras out. We have a right to know what goes on in there. Well, like always, guys, like, subscribe, and comment on my channel. Hit that bell notification for any new uploads. And please keep keep the families of the Idaho poor in your prayers. Because yes, they're all grieving. We may not like Steve Gonzalez and Christy Gonzalez, but they lost a child. So did Karen Laramie and Jeff Kernodle and Stacy Chapin. They all lost their kids. But do I believe that Dylan and Bethany are innocent bystanders in this? No, I don't. And I will touch on that in another video. Why I think they're not innocent bystanders. But like always, guys, like, subscribe, comment on my channel, hit that bell notification for any new uploads, and you guys have a safe weekend and a Merry Christmas. I can